All right, so, all you future orthopedic surgeons out there,
Yeah.
I know you guys were probably like super stressed right now, prepping for those postgraduate exams, the
Mhm.
FRCS and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a deep dive into some like seriously important stuff, genetics and stem cell stuff that could actually make or break you on those exams.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to be using this awesome resource called Ortho Made Simple.
Yeah, I've seen this.
It's a set of notes put together by Dr. Mokyingren, who's a sports surgeon
Oh, wow.
at the National University Hospital in Singapore.
Nice.
And he aced his FRCS back in 2022.
Perfect.
We're in good hands with this stuff.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
So let's start with the absolute basics, like DNA. We all know it's the blueprint of life. But how does this actually, relate to orthopedics?
So DNA, it's basically the code for like everything, right? From how your bones develop, how your muscles work.
Yeah.
So if you want to understand those orthopedic conditions, you've got to get DNA.
Okay, so let's just, refresh our memories here. You've got those 23 pairs of chromosomes that, classic double helix.
Yeah, and don't forget those nitrogenous bases, adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine.
Right.
They're like the letters of the code, and they basically tell the cells what proteins to make.
And proteins are like the building blocks for bones, muscles, everything, right?
Spot on. And get this DNA goes through this crazy process called transcription to make mRNA.
Okay.
It's like copying the blueprint, but instead of using the original, they use this messenger molecule
Oh, interesting.
called mRNA to carry the instructions.
So is mRNA kind of like the middleman?
Exactly. But here's the cool part. mRNA swaps out thymine for uracil.
Oh, what's that all about?
It's like the cell's way of telling the difference between DNA and mRNA, you know?
A safety mechanism.
Exactly, prevents mix-ups. It's kind of like those antivirals.
Right.
They target the enzymes that use uracil and RNA.
So one tiny change in the code can have huge implications for drugs?
Exactly, even in orthopedics.
That's wild. Now, what happens when there are, errors in this code?
Those are genetic defects, deletions,
Mm.
duplications, inversions, substitutions, translocations,
Yeah.
They can mess up how genes work and cause all sorts of conditions, even in the musculoskeletal system.
And this is where it gets really relevant for us, right?
Totally. For example, you've got skeletal dysplasias.
Right.
Those affect bone growth.
Yeah.
And they're caused by these defects. So if we understand the defects, we can diagnose them, better predict what will happen, and maybe even use gene therapy in the future.
Wow, that's like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right?
So genetics really impacts our work.
Every day.
Okay, let's talk about how these genes are passed down, inheritance patterns.
Okay, so you can divide them into Mendelian and non-Mendelian.
Okay.
Mendelian inheritance is like those classic dominant and recessive patterns.
Yeah, like from high school bio.
Yeah, exactly. Like autosomal dominant and autosomal recessive traits.
Right, the straightforward ones.
Yeah, but then things can get a bit tricky.
With non-Mendelian.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't follow those simple rules.
So what are some examples we might see in orthopedics?
Well, X-linked inheritance is a big one.
Okay.
The genes on the X chromosome.
Right.
Conditions like Duchenne muscular dystrophy are X-linked recessive.
Oh, yeah.
So males are more likely to get them because they only have one X chromosome.
Oh, that makes sense. They only need one copy of the bad gene to have the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas females have two X chromosomes, so they need two copies to be affected.
So Duchenne's is way more common in males then.
Yeah, much more.
And then there's that variable penetrance thing.
Oh, yeah.
I always found that a bit confusing.
So imagine a gene that should cause a trait like a bone deformity.
Okay.
But not everyone who inherits it actually gets the deformity.
Oh, so they have the gene but don't show it.
Oh, exactly.
So it's almost like the gene is hiding sometimes.
Yeah, kinda. It makes diagnosis a bit tricky.
For sure. It's not always black and white.
No way. There are other things at play, too, like the environment or other genes.
Okay, so we've covered the basics of DNA inheritance patterns and how they relate to orthopedics.
Yeah.
But for those studying for the FRCS, what are the main takeaways from this section based on Dr. Mock's notes?
So the big thing is that genetics is at the heart of lots of orthopedic conditions.
Right.
You need to know the different inheritance patterns, especially X-linked inheritance.
Yeah.
And understand how genetic defects can cause those musculoskeletal problems.
Okay.
Dr. Marker really emphasizes that this isn't just theory.
Yeah.
It affects how we diagnose, treat, and maybe even cure these conditions.
So it's not just about memorizing Punnett squares.
Yeah.
It's about how we apply this in the real world.
Exactly.
That's a crucial point for anyone getting ready for those exams.
Definitely.
Now let's move on to another exciting area, stem cells.
Oh, yeah, stem cells.
These cells are amazing. They can renew themselves.
Yeah, and become different types of cells.
It's like they have superpowers.
I know. And that's what makes them so interesting for orthopedics.
And that's what we'll be getting into in the next part of our deep dive.
Awesome.
Stay tuned, folks, because things are about to get really interesting.
Can't wait. Stem cells are like the rock stars of the medical world, you know?
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
They can like self-renew, meaning they can make more of themselves.
Right.
And they can differentiate into other cell types.
So they can basically become any cell in the body.
It's like they have this regenerative superpower.
I know, it's pretty mind-blowing, and that's what makes them so interesting for ortho, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's break it down a bit. There are different types of stem cells,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know there's like this hierarchy based on their potency or something like that.
Yeah, so at the top of the pyramid, you've got the totipotent stem cells.
Okay.
These are the ultimate stem cells. They can basically create an entire organism.
Wow. So like every cell in our body started from a totipotent stem cell?
Yep, pretty much. But you only find them in the very early stages of embryonic development.
Okay, makes sense.
Then you have pluripotent stem cells. They can turn into any cell type in the body.
But they can't create a whole organism?
Not on their own, no.
So they're like multi-talented but with some limits?
Exactly. And finally, you have multipotent stem cells.
Oh, okay.
These guys are more restricted. They can only make a range of cell types within a specific tissue or organ.
So they're more specialized.
Exactly.
Like those surgeons who only focus on hands or something.
Yeah.
So for ortho, we're mostly interested in adult stem cells, right?
Right, particularly the ones from bone marrow.
And those are multipotent.
Yep. They can become things like bone, cartilage, muscle, tendons.
I see. And this is where those ortho-made simple notes come in handy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dr. Mull breaks down how those adult stem cells are actually being used in orthopedics.
He covers everything from regenerating cartilage and osteoarthritis
Wow.
to repairing ligaments and tendons and sports injuries.
It's like they're tiny little miracle workers.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, and he even talks about using them for meniscus tears and bone fractures.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing how they can help with all these different conditions.
It really is. But stem cell therapy is still pretty new, right? There's still so much we don't know.
Definitely we need to be careful.
So what are some of the challenges and limitations we need to be aware of?
Well, one big concern is the risk of tumors.
Oh, yeah.
Because stem cells can proliferate so much.
So they could grow uncontrollably.
Exactly.
That's a bit scary. Are there any other risks?
Yeah, there's the issue of donor site morbidity.
Okay.
Basically, complications at the site where you harvest the stem cells.
And it can be hard to control how they differentiate, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't become the cell type you want.
So it's like herding cats sometimes.
Yeah, something like that. We're still figuring out how to best control them.
And of course, we can't forget the ethical considerations.
Yeah, especially with embryonic stem cells.
That's a whole other discussion.
Definitely.
Okay, so stem cell therapy is a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Lots of potential, but also lots of challenges. But the potential benefits are undeniable.
Oh, for sure.
This could really change orthopedics as we know it.
It already is.
And Dr. Mock's notes do a great job of showing both the good and the bad.
Yeah, he's very balanced.
So if you're studying for your postgraduate exams,
Yeah.
don't forget to check out those notes. They're on mokyingren.sg.
They're a great resource.
Now here's a thought-provoking question for you while you're studying. Imagine you're on the examining panel for the FRCS. What kind of question would you ask about stem cell therapy in orthopedics?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It really makes you think about it deeply.
Yeah.
It's not just about memorizing facts, it's about understanding those nuances.
There are potential problems.
Exactly. It's about showing you really understand this stuff and how to use it in real life.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Great point.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll explore further in the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
We'll tackle some tough questions and give you some tips to help you ace those exams. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive.
Time flies.
It really does. We've been talking about genetics and stem cells, all this stuff that's like super important for all you aspiring orthopedic surgeons out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially for those of you getting ready for those big postgraduate exams like the FRCS.
The FRCS. Yeah, that was a tough one.
It's a beast.
It is.
But you know what's really exciting is how fast this field is moving.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like it wasn't that long ago that stem cells were like this sci-fi concept.
Totally.
And now we're talking about actually using them in orthopedics.
It's mind-blowing, really.
It really is. So it just makes you wonder what's next.
Right. Where is this all going?
Like what kind of breakthroughs do you see happening in orthopedic regenerative medicine?
I think personalized medicine is going to be huge, you know?
Yeah.
Being able to look at someone's genes and be like, okay, you're at risk for osteoarthritis.
Wow.
or other orthopedic problems.
That's amazing.
And then we can tailor their treatment based on their genes.
So it's like preventative medicine on a whole new level.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about gene editing stuff like CRISPR?
Oh, yeah. CRISPR is a game changer.
I know there are ethical concerns.
Oh, for sure.
But the potential is incredible, like actually fixing the gene that causes Duchenne's muscular dystrophy.
I know, right? It's like something out of a movie.
It really is. But as you said, we have to be careful with this stuff.
Definitely.
It's a powerful tool.
It is.
So thinking back to when you were studying for the FRCS,
Hmm.
what advice would you give to those going through it now,
Good question.
especially when it comes to genetics and stem cells?
Don't just memorize the facts.
Yeah.
Really try to understand the concepts.
Right.
The examiners, they want to see that you can actually use this knowledge in real-life situations.
So, like how these concepts might show up in a patient.
Exactly what tests you'd order, how you'd manage them based on the genetics or the stem cell stuff.
It's about connecting the dots between the theory and the practice.
Exactly.
That's a great tip for anyone facing these exams.
I hope so.
And speaking of great tips, we have to mention those Ortho Made Simple notes again.
Oh, yeah, those were a lifesaver.
They're available at mokyingren.sg.
Easy to find.
And they're seriously helpful for anyone trying to wrap their heads around this stuff.
They really are. Dr. Mock explains things so clearly.
No, it's like he knows exactly what we need to know.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
That genetics and stem cells, they're not just abstract ideas anymore.
Right.
They're a big part of orthopedics now.
Yeah,
And if you're going to be an orthopedic surgeon, you need to understand them.
absolutely. It's not just about passing an exam.
No way.
It's about being the best doctor you can be.
Exactly.
It's about taking care of your patients.
And being ready for the future of orthopedics.
Well said. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into genetics and stem cells for all you future orthopedic surgeons out there.
It's been fun.
I hope you found it helpful and maybe even a little bit inspiring.
Inspiring. Yeah.
And best of luck with your exams. Remember, the future of orthopedics is in your hands.
Good luck, everyone.
Keep learning, keep exploring, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Couldn't have said it better myself.